Pokemon lovers, and welcome to another episode of Rating All Pokemon. It is time to rate more Pokemon. I hope you're ready, because today's Pokemon are... I'm trying to think of a bug pun, but I can't think of any, so they're bugs! The Pokemon we're starting out with today is actually a Pokemon I really like for some weird reason. It's Burmy. Now, Burmy is a bagworm type of Pokemon. It can have 3 different colors based on the place where it last battled. There's a plant cloak, there's a sandy cloak, and there's the... I keep wanting to say garbage cloak, but it's the trash cloak. Trash. It changes depending on where it last battled, like I mentioned before. Funny fact, I have never seen Burmy in the anime, and now it turns out that in the anime, Burmy actually appears without its cloak, and it looks dumb. So please keep your cloak on. We don't like naked things here in this earth. Always put clothes on your pets and your Pokemon. Thank you very much. So, Burmy's cloak sometimes falls off, and then it will go straight into nature to get itself new materials for a new cloak. It keeps it warm in the winter, and it keeps it cold in the summer. And I don't really know why, but I've always really liked Burmy, and I would always slap some honey on them trees to get myself that Burmy. And for some reason they never appeared, because all Pokemon hate me, and that's fun. Burmy can have 2 evolutions, depending on whether it's male or female, and that actually links back to its origin, which is the bagworm. It is inspired by the bagworm, which is a bug that, depending on whether it's male or female, will evolve in either some type of moth when it's male, and when it's female, it will never be able to grow wings. So that kind of explains where it came from. You'll see what that means later, in case you haven't seen Pokemon before, which you probably have, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching me. The French name for Burmy is Chenille, which comes from chenille, which means caterpillar, and petit, and I think that's very cute. I give Burmy a 4 out of 5. Now, when Burmy is female, it will evolve into Wormadam at level 20. Now, depending on what cloak it's wearing at that point when it evolves, the Wormadam's cloak will also be different. Now, the Wormadam's cloak won't be able to change once it's evolved, so make sure you get your Burmy into its right cloak if you want your Wormadam to be a specific color. Now, same for Wormadam, there's the plant cloak, there is the sandy cloak, and the garbage cloak. It's not garbage cloak, but I call it that, and I will stick to it. Now, for some weird reason, and I don't know why, I really love Wormadam's design, and it's not really an interesting Pokemon, honestly. It doesn't really do much. I think it looks like absolutely hilarious, and I don't know, like, so silly. If Wormadam evolves on a colder day, it will have a thicker cloak, which sounds logical, but it's gonna be very warm in the summer. So like I mentioned before, Wormadam is based on a female bagworm, which is a bagworm that never develops wings. The French name for Wormadam is Chenille, which comes from chenille and demoiselle, which means woman. Mademoiselle. Perfect. 5 out of 5. Now, if your Burmy happens to be a boy, sucks for you, because it will turn into Mothim. And I say sucks for you, but I actually really like Mothim. I don't know why, but I really enjoy moth Pokemon, like Masquerain and stuff. Like, I thought that was a really cool Pokemon too. Mothim, very cool design. Love it. Also, shiny Mothim, hell to the yeah. Very awesome. Now, like most moths, Mothim is a nocturnal Pokemon. It's also nomadic. It will just move around wherever it can go and steal honey from the Combee, which is the next Pokemon. Now, stop stealing honey. It's mean. Combee are cute. Don't steal their honey. They're just trying to help their queen. We'll get to that later. Stop stealing honey, Mothim. Thank you. Today's Pokemon aren't particularly interesting, to be honest, but you know, they're fun. They're like fun Pokemon. I don't know if anyone ever uses them like competitively, probably not, but the French name for Mothim is Papillard, which comes from which comes from papillon, which means butterfly, and lord, which means lord. And the English name just comes from the words moth and him. I never realized that it came from the word him. So dumb that I didn't realize that. Anyway, 5 out of 5. Next up is number 415, Combee. Now, Combee is the most adorable bug Pokemon I have ever seen in my life, and I am sad that it evolves in such a horrendously ugly Pokemon. Sorry. Combee is cute, okay? I think it's adorable. It's based on a honeybee. It stores honey for its queen, like bees do. It's very loyal to its queen, and it doesn't really do much else than serve its queen, which is kind of sad. Now, here's a funny thing about Combee. When it goes to bed, out of protection for its queen and itself, it will form a giant wall made out of Combee. And it is the coolest shit I have ever seen. Combee only evolves when it's female, which is kind of obvious, but we'll get to that later once again. The female version is also cuter because the bottom Combee has a tiny little thing on its head instead of nothing. I just think it's adorable. It's like 3 Pokemon in one again, and then like the top 2 are the fly boys, and it's just very cute. Combee is cute, but because the evolution creeps me out so much, I've never had one because it's scary. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver says at night, Combee sleep in a group of about 1,000, packed closely together in a lump. Now, I already told you this, but I just enjoy saying the word lump, so there you go, lump. Combee is obviously based on a honeybee and also a honeycomb. That's why the name is Combee, comes from comb and bee. The French name is Apitrini, which comes from api, which means bee, and Trinity. Apitrini. 5 out of 5. At level 20, Combee evolves into the horribly terrifying and not my friend Vespiquen, but only if it's a girl. Girls. Who run the world? It's girls. I'm not scared of bees per se. I don't think, like, they don't really do anything unless you provoke them. But Vespiquen, for some reason, like, fucking shits me. Makes me shit myself. And I don't know why. Honestly, Beedrill does the same thing. Like, Beedrill is fucking scary too. Like, I don't like them. I just don't like the way bees look or something. Like, Combee is like cute, right? It looks cute. And then it evolves into this terrifying creature that looks like a queen from the olden days and also a bee. Vespiquen sits on her throne and doesn't do shit while the Combees serve her and feed her and, I don't know, give her babies. Vespiquen only does shit to protect its hive when, like, the danger is so high that most of its followers are probably already dead. What a bitch. If outsiders prove themselves to the hive, then Vespiquen will give them a reward for that, but I don't know what the reward is. Vespiquen feeds on flowers to make honey to feed its young. Its young are inside its, I don't know, butt or something. Not great. And in the Pokemon games, Vespiquen has several attacks that it can use, like Attack Order and Defend Order, which it uses to command its bee minions around. Oh, and Heal Order, I forgot about that one. Pokemon Black and White says it releases various pheromones to make the grubs in its body do its bidding while fighting foes. Fucking do your own shit for once, Vespiquen. Ugh. Now the way Vespiquen looks with its big dress and its like weird queen hairpiece from the medieval ages, which is not a real age, but I'm also not a history student, so I don't know what age it was, but it was certainly an age. It makes it even more based on a queen, even though a queen bee is already a thing. Now its name comes from Vespa, which is a type of moped. No, it's not true. It is true, but that's not what it's based on. It comes from Vespa, which is Latin for like a certain genus of bees, and queen, obviously. Vespiquen is definitely not my favorite. Also, for some reason, I think it should have had a megaform. I don't know why. It should have. Shouldn't it? I don't know. If you ever used Vespiquen, please tell me why, but I don't think you have, because it's pretty shit. 3 out of 5. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something new. I know these Pokemon weren't the most interesting of all Pokemon, but they, you know, we can't forget about them. So here we are. If you'd have a Burmy, would you evolve it into Wormadam or into Mothim? Let me know. I can't really choose. I like them both a lot, but you know, maybe there is a preference or something. I'll see you again next week, and don't forget to recommend me to other people. I hate saying that. I hate it. Bye guys! Thank you for watching! Don't forget to be aware of bees.